Welcome in, everyone, to a town hall at 6 o'clock Eastern. I figured we'd do it a little earlier on a Saturday. I was able to get a good bit of sleep today, and so we'll wait for folks to jump on, and then we will get started. Welcome in to all of you. Happy Saturday, wherever you are in the world. It's been kind of a gloomy, rainy day here in New York City. Looks like the sun's starting to peek through just as it's about to start to set. Empty city. Stay-at-home order in place. Okay, so this is our, if you haven't already been here, our new normal town hall. We do it almost every night unless I'm too tired to do it. And last night I was definitely too tired to do it. So got some good sleep today, and we welcome you all back. I want to start with something that I saw just on the side of a dental office the other day. I love quotes, especially when I come across one that I find really inspiring. And there was a quote on the side of the dental office that said, "Be relentless in pursuit of what sets your soul on fire." Be relentless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. And I say that because of this. A lot of people that I've spoken to have said this pandemic that we're living through has forced them, not forced them, but prompted them to kind of rethink what they're doing with their life, whether they have the right job, whether they have the right role in that job. And most of the people who have brought that up with me have said, I don't like what I'm doing, or I'm done and I'm going to do something else, or I'm rethinking other things in my life. And so when I saw that, it was kind of like, wow, be relentless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. So anyway, I offer that quote to all of you. It may mean something to you, it may not, but I thought it was super. Well, it's like, whoa, that's a good one. On the side of a dental office. It's one hell of an inspiring dentist, I'd say. All right, let's see. Bringing in our first person.
Acepta. Ahora acepta.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, hi.
Hi, David.
What's your name?
I'm Libes.
Okay, have we spoken before?
Yeah, with Camila.
Aha, I remember. How are y'all? Do you have an update?
Well, I like your word you talking to right now. That pandemic, that situation.
Look, Vicky, it's David.
Reflect that I am in the correct way. I am in the correct job. So I like it. So just only my daughter just put the request. So give you hug and kisses. And this is Victoria, my cousin. She's from North Carolina. She's in North Carolina right now. So in the distance, we talking.
We play together.
And we play. She's cry. No cry,
Well,
baby. Baby, no
y'all
cry.
can all. I'm glad y'all pressed the button and popped in.
Yes.
Glad y'all are doing well. Keep smiling.
Yes.
He doesn't want to talk.
Bye.
She doesn't want to talk. That's all right. Bye-bye. All right. So here's what I want to do. I want to, if possible, I'm happy to have you guys come back in, but I want, if possible, to keep this, at least for the start, to people who have not done this before. All right? If you have not done this before, I want to bring you in.
Hi, David. How you doing?
So I hear somebody talking, but it's not working. That means you have a bad Wi-Fi signal. Whoever I just tried to bring in, you have a bad Wi-Fi signal. So check your Wi-Fi, people. Hello.
Hi, David.
Well, hello. What's your name?
Jeanette.
Jeanette, where are you in the world?
I'm in New Jersey.
Okay, New Jersey. What is your new normal?
My new normal is I'm still going to work.
What do you do?
I'm in logistics.
Okay,
So I still have to go to work. I'm working from home a few days a week, but mostly going to the office.
What kind of logistics do you do?
We're 3PL, so I'm actually payroll, HR and payroll.
You can't do that from home?
I can do the payroll portion from home. I can't do the HR portion from home. And because of the COVID-19, we've laid off so many people.
Why can't you do the HR from home? I don't get it.
I need to access employee files.
And they can't set it up to where you can do that remotely.
No, unfortunately. Oh my God, I look like a mess. I was sitting here. I didn't think I was going to get in. I've been trying to get in forever.
Well, surprise, you did.
I want you to know that I love you. I love Paddington. I love everything that you've done for Puerto Rico during the earthquakes and everything. I am so grateful to you. And I thank God for you and bless you every day.
I receive your blessings. Thank you. That means a lot to me. One of the greatest gifts somebody can give to me is when they say, I'm praying for you. Because that means a lot to me. It really does. So thank you. Thank you.
I do.
All right, so this quarantine hasn't made you go bat you know what crazy yet, right? You're hanging in.
Not yet. Not
Good.
yet. My whole family is home. I have a daughter that is in the medical field. Yeah. So she goes to work every day. She works at a hospital in Hoboken, so she has to go to work every day. But we're all good. Thank
all right,
God.
Jeanette from New Jersey, I'm glad you got in.
Take care. Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello.
Hi, David.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Maria.
Where are you in the world?
I'm in Connecticut.
Connecticut. Okay. Well, what is your new normal?
My new normal. I'm the one who sent you the message on Instagram earlier about my husband being in a hospital.
Oh, that was you.
That was me.
Oh, wow. Okay, so let's tell everyone what this is about. So this lady reached out to me a couple of hours ago to tell me that her husband, well, just tell the story. Your husband has COVID and he is on a ventilator right now?
My husband, yes. My husband has been in a hospital. My husband started with symptoms on March 12th.
Okay.
On March 13th, I took him to the hospital. He got the test, and we never received the results from that test. So he kept getting worse and worse and worse. So I got concerned because he wasn't getting any better, and we didn't know he has COVID or not. We have a daughter and myself, and I was working, and in my job, I have 2 women that are pregnant. So on Wednesday, the 18th, I called the hotline, and they say, take him to emergency room. So I took him to emergency room. When he got to emergency room, he already had pneumonia. So they put him on oxygen. When the doctor came and talked to me, he's going to be admitted. He has pneumonia. We did a COVID test. I said, he got a COVID test on the 13th. So where are the results? So the results never came. If I would have waited more, I would have had my husband right now.
So they did another test at the hospital. How quickly did those results come back?
2 days.
Took
another 2 days to come.
Okay. In the process that it took, in the time it took to get the results back, did his condition deteriorate? Did he go downhill?
Yes.
What happened?
He started coughing. He was every time he coughed, his breathing was short. So I keep asking him, "Are you okay?" He said, "Yeah, I just cough." And I said, "Yeah, but when you talk to me, you're not talking right." So on Wednesday, I took him to the hospital. They did another COVID test. By Thursday, he was on oxygen, a lot of oxygen. Friday was when the results came back positive, and that's the day that he got intubated. So he was.
How many days has he been on the is he still on the ventilator or no?
He's off the ventilator. They took him out of the ventilator on the 10th.
How many days was he on a ventilator?
20 days.
20 days. And he's off the ventilator and he's alive.
He's alive. He's alive. While he was on a ventilator, he got dialysis.
Yeah.
He caught another infection because the line was on him for too long. So they have to give him more antibiotics. His blood pressure dropped. His hemoglobin dropped. So he got very ill. He was in critical but stable conditions. That's what they always told me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and on the 8th, they called me and they said that he was getting better. So they transferred from one hospital to another hospital. So here in Connecticut, so he was in Stanford. I live in Norwalk. So he was in Stanford, Connecticut. They transferred him to Bridgeport, Connecticut. And on the 10th, that's when he get off the ventilator. He was breathing fine. The only thing now is that he is so confused and disoriented. He don't even know where he at. He knows his name. He knows he has a family, but it was hard for him to talk. So now he got his voice back, but he's very disoriented. He don't know where he at. He gets agitated. So it's gonna take a lot of therapy and a lot of time for him to get back to normal.
Are you able to visit him?
No, I haven't seen him since March 18th.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Just, anxious. We're trying to hold on. We pray, and we just want him to get better and come back home.
What's his name?
His name is Paul.
Paul. How old is he?
He's 51. He's going to be 52 May 2nd.
How many kids?
Just one.
Oh, it's thank God he's alive, right?
Yes.
Thank God he came off the ventilator. It's like so many people who stay on that long never come off.
Never come off. That's what one of the things that one of the doctors told me when he was on a ventilator for 12 days. The doctor called me. He said he's not getting any better. He is getting worse. So now he has low blood pressure. He has another infection. And we told the doctor, you got to do what you got to do. I have his cousin that is helping me. Every time we call the hospital, his cousin is with me because she has a lot of experience, talking to doctors. And she has been in situations similar. But it's just hard. Not being there for him.
He is a hell of a fighter. I mean, his body is a fighting machine. 20 days on a ventilator. I mean, that is unreal. Wow. 20 days. I mean, it's unreal compared to the other stories that we've heard. I mean, so many of the doctors have said to us for these COVID patients, after day 10 or 12 or 14, if they're still on there, they usually
disconnect them.
They
just take it off.
They don't survive. Correct. Yeah. So, wow. Listen, will you update us on his slow recovery so I can update folks?
I will.
Wow.
Thank you for the opportunity. I just need to get this out because I know if he would get the first test earlier, he probably wouldn't be in this condition.
Well,
he got 2 tests.
What do you mean? If he would have gotten it and it would have been positive, there's no treatment for it. So what do you think?
He probably at home how people is getting better at home, but we didn't know what he had, so we were waiting for the results.
Yeah.
So and waiting for the results, it took more than expected. They say 3 to 5 days, and it was by the time that he was on ICU. I called again and I asked, do we have the results for the test he got done on the 13th? And they told me still pending.
Where did you get
11 days.
Where did you get the first test?
In the same hospital he was admitted.
Wow. And do you have any symptoms?
No. Not at all.
Wow.
And I worked with him
what a
all
story.
The time.
What a story. What a story. What a story. Well, I thank you for sharing it with us, and I'll be thinking of Paul.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity. God bless.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Hello.
Hey, David. How are you?
I'm good. What is your name?
Jaime.
Jaime, where are you in the world?
I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, and what is your new normal?
My new normal is going to work. So thankfully, I still have a job. And then
what do you do?
I work for a company that provides tools for construction workers.
Okay.
So we do rent the tools. So luckily, that's still an essential business. So it's keeping me busy.
So you're out and about?
Not really. I'm supposed to. I'm a sales rep, but right now we have some stores in the Atlanta area. So right now I'm just helping the stores.
Okay, so you can do that from home?
No, I actually have to go to the actual store.
Okay, so you are out and about. Do you wear a mask?
Yes. So that's a protocol for the stores right now, is to have gloves, mask. Anybody that comes in the locations, we provide hand sanitizer. Keep trying to keep the distance. So we still follow the protocols from the CDC.
Good. What did you want us to know?
I follow you. I love your fairness, and I love the reporting that you do that is actually facts. And that's, what I hope everybody will learn from you, that reporting the facts, it's what makes a difference. And I just hope that more people will do the same.
Thank you, Jaime. You can count on me to continue. Thanks for joining in.
All right. Thank you.
Be well.
Hi.
Well, hi. What is your name and where are you?
I am Daisy Rivera, and I live in Edison, New Jersey.
Okay, Daisy. And who's that?
This is Tatiana, my daughter.
Hi, Tatiana. All right, so listen, Mom, you're cut off a little bit, so come a little. Well, no. She can be in too. Just get real close to Mom. So we
Come on, get real close.
Tell us about your new normal, honey.
So our new normal is staying home like everybody else. My husband works for the water company, and they check for contamination. So he's considered essential personnel. So he was working around the clock for 21 days. He didn't come home, but now he's home. And so we're just trying to get used to this all together. And the kids are virtually learning, singing.
Who sings?
Me, I do.
Do you sing? What do you sing?
I just sing mostly whatever comes up that I like. Like I like artists like Billie Eilish and do slow songs like that.
Do you feel comfortable singing in front of other people?
Yeah.
Do you want to sing for us?
Does it matter the song?
No, it doesn't matter. I'm not greedy.
Sing whatever you want.
Sure.
Whatever comes to mind. Whatever makes you comfortable.
Okay. All right. I was just singing something.
Amazing Grace?
No, not
Okay.
Amazing Grace.
Go.
To bring back the fire in her eyes that's been gone, but used to be mine.
That's good. Mm-hmm. How old are you?
I'm 13.
Oh, that's good. Mm-hmm. Well done. So, Mom, what did you want us to know?
Well, we've been following you. I tell my daughter about you all the time. My parents live in Puerto Rico, so you're a legend out there. So I just wanted to log on and say hi and thank you for your service, for your reporting, and for you to continue doing what you're doing, because you mean a lot to a lot of people and a lot of families.
Thank you, Daisy. Where are your parents on the island?
Isabela,
of course. Yes. Well, I'm glad we could get y'all in. Thanks for giving us a little treat like that. I think you are the second person to have sung on our town hall. So thank you.
Wow. Thank you for having us.
Of course. My best to you both.
Thank you. Take care.
Okay, goodbye.
What? Oh, hi.
Well, hello. Where are y'all?
We're from New Jersey, Jersey City, New Jersey.
We work in the emergency room.
Wow. Okay. What are your names?
Hold on. Hey, we can't hear you.
You can't hear me. Can you hear me now? Mic check.
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4.
we can hear you
Okay.
now.
Okay, let's do this. Go around and tell me your names.
I'm Katie. I'm an emergency room nurse.
I'm Alexis. I'm also an emergency room nurse.
I'm Myra, I'm the unit clerk.
Diana, I'm one of the techs.
Okay.
This is Jane.
And I'm Lennon. I'm an emergency room nurse as well.
Okay, so tell me, what hospital are y'all at?
We're at Christ Hospital in Jersey City.
Okay, and tell me what the situation is there. How are things?
So we are in Hudson County in Jersey City. It's right across the river from New York City, so which is the epicenter of the COVID issue. So we're pretty terrible, to be honest with you. It's very busy. There's a lot of sick people here. So
How are you on PPE? I see the face mask. That's good.
yeah. So a lot of this stuff was donated by people in the area. They have 3D printers and so on. So we've been getting a lot of support from the community here, which is awesome.
Is there anything you need? Is there anything you need?
We need people to stay home. Take it seriously. Stay home. Wash your hands. Social distancing does not mean stay in a car 6 feet away from other people in the parking lot. I mean, go out, get what you need, and go right back home.
So tell me this. What is the situation? You know, I've interviewed doctors and nurses inside of emergency rooms. They all have different stories. Tell me the story of are you overwhelmed? Has it slowed down? What is the situation?
What did you say?
So our volume has been down a little bit the last couple of days, but the acuity is really high. The patients we're seeing are extremely sick. Most of them are either come in critical condition or quickly turn critical after they've been here for just a short while. These patients turn very, very quickly. So even though our volume is down, we're still very, very, very busy. We're still overwhelmed.
Are you seeing patients of all ages with COVID?
Yes, we are.
Well, the area that we live in, that we service, is a very, I would say, a lesser affluent area. So we have a lot of geriatric older population. They're not really compliant with medications on a good day. So just imagine with the coronavirus, it really kind of exacerbates the problem.
Is that the doctor we're talking to right there?
No, this is another nurse. His name is Glenn.
Okay. So Glenn, give me some examples of some of the cases you've dealt with that have surprised you.
I am continually amazed at how quickly these patients take a turn for the worse. I had a guy a couple of weeks ago. He came in walking and talking. Before long, he needed a lot of help breathing. He needed what's called a non-rebreather mask to keep him oxygenated. He heard us intubate the guy in the bed next to him, and he was terrified of that happening to him. He begged me to not let that happen to him. And then 1 hour later, he was begging me to put him on a vent. He was in so much pain and so uncomfortable and had so much trouble breathing that he was begging to be put on a vent 1 hour later. But he didn't get put on a vent then. The next day, he got put on a ventilator. That was April 4th. He died yesterday.
How old was that man?
He was 55 years old. He's 4 years older than me.
I want to ask you, because I heard from a doctor in New Orleans a couple of weeks ago who said a man came in and said to me, I'm so afraid of dying. And the doctor said, you're not going to die on my watch. And he said, I lied to that man. What is, though there's no reason for you to feel guilt, I know that a lot of nurses are walking around feeling a guilt. Can you tell us what that is like, what brings it on, and how you process and deal with it?
At least for me, I don't feel guilty. I feel very helpless. You know, we usually spend our days saving lives. It's what we do in the ER. And that has become a bigger challenge than ever. A lot of what we're doing feels futile because we're losing so many of these patients. We're just trying to keep them going as long as we possibly can. But it's not so much guilt, I think. It's frustration and it's fear. You know, we come to work scared every day because it could be us very soon.
Glenn, have you had any symptoms so far in treating patients?
Myself, no, thankfully I have not. We've had a number of our staff fall ill and test positive for the virus. We've had 9 of our nurses from the day shift out, all tested positive. I don't know how many are. Yeah, we lost 2 coworkers. 2 coworkers passed away. So it has hit very close to home for us.
Hey, listen, let me be the 1,000th person to say this to you. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, ladies, this has been amazing to hear from you guys on the front line. I know everybody working appreciates what you're doing, but also appreciates hearing from y'all. The final word is yours.
Just stay home.
Please, stay home.
I know it's really frustrating as like not an essential person, an essential worker, to be really cooped up in the house, and especially if you have children, if you have multiple children, and homeschooling them is very difficult. We totally understand that aspect of it, but it's so important to stay home because we really can't flatten the curve if you don't do that. Like Glenn said, we lost coworkers to coronavirus exclusively because they work here in the hospital, and that's really, to me, it feels like these are people that shouldn't have died. They should have had aeons to live, and to feel that, it's really frustrating.
Well, we take you guys for granted, but you know what? I won't anymore. And so thank y'all for what you're doing. God bless you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.
Wow. Holy moly. Whew. That was something. Wow.
Hi, David.
Well, hello there. What's your name?
I'm Brenda. It's the second time that we connect.
Okay.
I'm in Puerto Rico.
You where?
I'm in Gurabo, Puerto Rico.
Yes. Do you have an update?
Yes, I would like if you can interview the health secretary here, because it has been like a very frustrating press conference with the government, and I feel very sorry for this guy who inherited something that he cannot control, and people has been so rude and disrespectful to him that I said, you know what, you have to learn to be look, actually I have 2 sources of information that are people that I know personally. One is a doctor, the other person works in the hospital system here in Puerto Rico, and the amount of beds that are actually in use in Puerto Rico is less than 40%. So we're doing right. Regardless if they have some mixed results of 2 times counting a positive patient of COVID, wait, because there's a lot of things going on. I know how frustrating it can be. The first time that I talked to you, I had a project, I had a job. I've been in my house like 3 weeks. And thanks God, I have some savings, and I learned to surf different times in my life. And I feel sorry for people. They're very frustrating because the help from the government, they are programmed in so old platforms that they don't have people who can program the family department platform, the unemployment department platform, to allow people to connect and to make the request.
So let me add a little context. Let me answer your question first. To interview the health secretary, I will be interviewing him next week, I believe on Tuesday. Regarding the health secretary, I find him to be very candid. I find him to be very straightforward, and he admits where mistakes are being made right away. For me, that is very refreshing, because the government of Puerto Rico does not admit wrongdoing. They usually lie about it, then you got to catch them, then they circle back, then they get embarrassed by it, then they're shamed by it, and then the truth comes out. Okay, so having said all of that, the issues that Puerto Rico is having, and what this lady is talking about, and by the way, tonight I will be posting a video that I just did with the journalist at the Center for Investigative Reporting who interviewed the secretary. And the secretary conceded that they have been mixing results. Basically, there are two types of tests. There's a rapid test that takes 15 minutes. There's the PCR test, which takes sometimes 2, 4, 7 days, depending on where you are in line. And they've been mixing those results. So the reality is, what does that mean? That means that the count could actually be lower. Puerto Rico says there are more than 1,000 confirmed cases. It could be lower. What I appreciate about the secretary is that he immediately said, yes, it's a problem. Here's what's happening. We're going to do. So today he was asked more about that. He got quite frustrated. Look, I understand. The guy took over 4 weeks ago. He's staying there through the end of the year. And the Department of Health is an absolute debacle. It is.
Exactly.
It is. It's not a joke. It's a freaking mess. He had a nightmare.
Okay.
So yeah. So listen. I hear you. Go ahead, love.
It can be very frustrating because I know a lot about statistics and mathematics because the first time I told you I'm an engineer. So what my message can be, look, let the people do their work. Don't create panic where there is not, because we need to continue.
But here's the thing, and this is what the secretary has to understand. Asking questions does not mean that I'm your enemy. Asking how you're going to fix it does not mean I'm attacking you. Asking you what your plan is doesn't mean I'm rooting against you. You see what I'm saying? So I think the secretary had a moment today at the press conference after 4 weeks of literally taking nothing but screw ups. I mean, he literally has not been able to focus on one thing that has been successful. Every single thing has been a complete and total disaster. No contact tracing, lying about tests, using a company that had no experience. I mean, he hasn't been able to do one thing where you could say that was being done right. But I always come down to this, and I'll be the first to say, I don't know who could you could put God in charge of Puerto Rico, and I don't know if God would succeed with the mess they have. I'm serious. Let's just be honest, okay? But at the end of the day, politicians have to understand. Me asking you what you're going to do to fix it doesn't mean I'm rooting against you. You follow what I'm saying?
And I completely agree with you, but what I would like to see in my country, because I've worked in the United States, I have worked in Central America, I've been like traveling around the world because all the economic situation in the island. So I would like people to listen and to let people do their job, because we're trying to like make a chaos where, look, let people focus on you're staying home, you're doing right, we don't have a chaos in the hospital, people is not dying in the streets like in other people in Central and South America. So try to focus on let the people understand that staying home is the correct thing to do. That's my message.
I love people sharing their opinions. That's your opinion, and I appreciate it. Here's the fact. The stay-at-home order may be the only thing that has been done which has been effective. It was done early. It was an example to the states because the Puerto Rico governor's stay-at-home order has been more aggressive than anybody's. And it appears as though with a lack of testing, a lack of contact tracing, a lack of proper reporting, with all of those major mistakes, it appears as though Puerto Rico has been able to contain it because, and I want to end with this, the people of Puerto Rico deserve all the credit because they have stayed home, they have stayed isolated, and they are the reason it has not turned into a catastrophic situation. So there you go. Thank you for weighing in.
Thank you for all what you have been reporting about the whole COVID situation.
Thank you, Brenda. Bye-bye. Look, she brings up some very fair points. She brings up some very fair points. So, all right. So if you haven't been brought in, I want to hear from you in the comments below. There's somebody called Brenda PMR. Can't bring you in. It says unable to join. So That maybe there could be two reasons for that. Everybody who are watching, who's watching, your account, if it's private, it has to be public. And if your account is public and I can't bring you in and you hear me say I can't bring you in, then you need to shut down the phone or close the app and then come back into it. That usually fixes it. So if you have not had a chance before in the past to be brought in, please write in the comments below and I will try and bring you in.
Oh, my hair is a mess.
What's your name?
My name is Jenny.
And where are you?
I am in Winter Haven, Florida.
Okay, what do you want us to know, Jenny?
Well, my new normal is a full-time caretaker for my 86-year-old mom from Puerto Rico. And she has been cooped up in this place for 6 weeks. Little Spanish lady, it's driving her crazy. But I have to admit, like you said before, when you were talking to the lady before me, she's resilient and she's full of life. And she's be damned if she's going to get this illness. I had to be tested. I got really sick. Went to the hospital 2 weeks ago with the doctor's orders to have me tested. Hospital didn't test me. They sent me home. Next day, I got a call from my doctor because you can't go to the office now. You have to do the phone thing. He says, Jenny, how did it go? And I'm like, they never tested me. He goes, what do you mean? I'm like, they refused to test me. He goes, oh, my God. He goes, what are you doing with Mom? I said, no, Mom's staying in her room. I'm staying in mine. And we pretty much wear masks and gloves, and we don't pass each other in the hallway. And so he gave me all the medicine for COVID, what he could give me. And I started taking the medicine.
What exactly were those medicines?
I'm asthmatic. So is my mom. So is my sister and my daughter. And he was giving me prednisone.
We can't see you, love.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
they were giving me
prednisone, the steroid, okay?
Yes, steroids. And then he gave me a heavy-duty antibiotic for 7 days. And he had a breathing machine delivered to me. So, I mean, I have to give it to him. He's a doctor from Puerto Rico, which is rare here, but since Maria, it's not. It used to be the Cubans, Central American doctors, never Puerto Rico. And since Maria, oh boy, we have gained a lot of good doctors in Florida because of that. And
There's
that's
a lot of good
unfortunate.
Puerto Rican doctors. It sounds like
Right.
the doctor's been pretty aggressive. Good for him. Good that you
Yes.
have-
I'm 61 years old. I am a bit overweight. I have underlying conditions, So he's looking at the full picture.
Right.
So I went through the drive-through and got tested again. Negative, thank God.
Good.
Unfortunately, my sister too she's in Virginia. She ended up having to get tested. She was tested way before me. We both ended up very ill. What they think was that we caught a virus and it exacerbated because our immune system was so low at the time. I used to hold a part-time job. I had to quit because I had a total shoulder replacement done. So on top of everything else, this comes in. And it's rough because I'm feeling guilt about not getting my mom sick, because I'm her caretaker. So I don't want her sick. So I left the house today for the first time, and it felt wonderful. I left real early. I had my mask on, my gloves on. I look like a Martian. But, you do what you got to do. And I did what I needed to do. Mom's been craving pistachio ice cream. So on the way, every time I went out last month, I would forget to get it for her. So today I showed up with her pistachio ice cream. You would have thought I gave her $1 million.
Honey, at 87 years old, you deserve all the pistachio ice cream you want.
Yeah, but she loves you. She prays for you every day and your family. We love what you've done for Puerto Rico. I have never lived in Puerto Rico. I was born here. I was actually born in New York. I'm a New Yorican. And, you know, I am the American version. My sister's the Puerto Rican version. We have one of each. And, you know, but we love the island. And, you know, Mom.
A lot of people love the island, but you know what? Your mom's in a good place with you, in a room, access to good health care. And honey, keep that doctor you got. That's a good Puerto Rican doctor.
So, yeah, he's phenomenal. You know, God bless him. Yeah, I see him again on Monday via like we're talking now, because you don't go to the office now. It's our new normal is not normal. But you know what, though? I've heard your podcast before and your interviews and whatnot, and I have a little different perspective. Me, I think this needed to happen. I, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, there is no respect for human life. People just don't respect other people. And I mean, in general.
When you say this needed to happen, what do you mean?
Well, I think we needed a wake-up call.
Well, I'm all about wake-up calls, but I prefer not a wake-up call that doesn't kill people.
No. But I mean, all right, not this bad, okay? But what I'm saying is we needed something that showed us how fortunate we were and what we had. And if for not this horrible illness, this virus, we weren't here to smell the roses, you know? I thank God every day. I'm not rich, but I have a roof over my head. I have food here, and I'm happy. And the one thing I do miss is not being able to go to church. I miss that, you know, I mean, God is everywhere, but, you know, that's the one thing I miss. But other than that, though, I think it could have been so much worse. You know, I'm grateful for what it is right now. You know, it's getting better. You know, and
here's the thing I would always tell you, Daisy. Everybody has an opinion. I love giving people a place to give it. But remember, when you say it could have been so much worse, there are people who have buried loved ones.
Oh, I know. No, I mean,
the worst. So
I can't even imagine.
Right. So I'm always cautious to say it could have been worse because it may not have been the worst for me, but it was the worst for that 21-year-old.
Right. That's what I meant. I meant it wasn't bad for me. There's the unfortunate ones that it was bad for. And 100%. For them, I pray every day, you know, and I cry tears for them because I can't even imagine. I just can't imagine.
I can't either. I can't either. Burying your loved one and not being at the grave, sitting in the graveyard because you can't go out.
Not holding their hand. Not holding their hand. That is heartbreaking. It's dying alone. These nurses.
Worse for a lot of people, Daisy.
Yeah, right, and these nurses were wonderful. Thank you, New York. Thank you, everybody. God bless.
Were great, weren't they? I'm glad we could hear.
Oh my God, they were wonderful.
That was amazing.
I love them. Yeah, right, God Daisy, bless.
Don't let anybody get near your mama.
No, my number one priority.
Good. God bless you. God bless
you. Thank you and your family.
I keep calling her Daisy. Her name is Jenny. Daisy was a few people ago. Jenny. I need to have a pad while we're doing this because I talked to, 5 different. How many people do you think we talked to over an hour? I'd say probably, I don't know, 10 maybe. Depends on how long the people talk. Well, hello.
Hi, Dan. How you doing?
I'm okay. What is your name?
My name is Giselle.
Giselle, where are you in the world?
Right now, I'm at a very good friend's home. She's in New Mexico, Las Cruces. Okay. I am a New Yorker. So okay. I am traveling, and I was heading back east when everything was just shut down. Okay. So I've been here about 5 weeks.
Okay. So what do you want us to know?
Well, it's a nightmare come true. I mean, my sister's mother-in-law, she's 100 today.
Oh,
Yes, she was in the WAC. She was in World War II, and she met her husband in the Army, and she was admitted into the hospital. She became another victim of COVID-19, but on the upside, she beat it.
this 100-year-old lady got COVID and beat it? Oh, no, you got to send me pictures so I can tell that story.
No, I will. I will.
Oh, you have to send me those pictures. Where is she in the world?
She is in New York. She's in the Bronx, and she resides at St. Patrick's Nursing Home. That's around, that's by Gun Hill Road in the Bronx.
Okay.
But she has a spirit that is, if she says no, it's no. So, yes, I'm telling you, I love her to pieces. So,
oh, I love this story. This is good.
Yeah. So they did not intubate her, thank God. They did have her on oxygen. Now they took her out of ICU. She's in quarantine for another 2 weeks. And if she does good, she's going back to the nursing home, and we're dying to see her.
Oh, my.
So, yeah,
wow.
she did it.
Oh, I love these. I love these stories. I just love them.
God is good. God is very good.
Amen. Well, where are you in New Mexico?
In Las Cruces.
Las Cruces. That's near the border with Texas, no?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah.
I have a bunch of little dogs behind me.
Oh.
But, let me just get over here. She's blind, and if she doesn't feel me near her, she has a fit. But I have to say, the atmosphere here in New Mexico, people are so compliant. And everybody's doing what they have to do to keep safe and healthy. Walmart has been outstanding. I mean, for Walmart, for me to say this about Walmart, they've been outstanding. I'm telling you, David, I'm impressed.
Well, good, good. Well, listen, send me pictures of her. You can send a message to me on Instagram.
Okay.
Because if you're 100 years old and you beat COVID-19, I want to share that with everybody. So,
absolutely. I'll send you the pictures.
Thank you, love.
Thank you for everything that you've done for my little island. We love you.
Well, and I love you guys. Have a wonderful weekend.
Okay. God bless. Have a good one.
Bye-bye. God bless.
Bye-bye.
All right, who hasn't joined in before? Put in the comment below, I have not been in, it's my first time, and I will bring you in. 100 years old, he survived COVID-19. Damn, the immune system of that, holy moly. Well, we've had some cool people today, right? I love the variety of stories that we can get. Love that.
Hi.
Well, hello. What's your name?
I'm Lauren.
Where are you?
I am in Overland Park, Kansas.
Oh,
so
Kansas.
right outside of Kansas City.
Okay. What's your new normal?
Well, I am homeschooling a 13-year-old and continuing to pay for private school.
Oh, okay.
So that's fun.
I never thought about that. They don't give you all a little discount since they're not in the school anymore, right? You don't get any money back.
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I've been following you. Like, thank you so much for the work you're doing. So it's actually really starting to hit bad here.
Okay.
I've been without work for about 6 weeks.
What do you do?
I work for sheriff's offices and police departments, and I fund special programs for them. So like anything from like clothe a child to shop with a cop, and then I put together the whole event. So I'm like an event planner privately for sheriffs, and then I do campaigning for them as well.
Okay.
So currently my job's on lockdown. Like they're not allowing anybody into their administration buildings.
Yeah.
I get private contributions from local businesses. There's no local businesses that are going to be funding. So I'm actually like currently like looking for a new job. Like people in my industry are not thinking that it's going to be good till at least fall. And so, I mean, I can't make it.
When you say it's getting bad around here, you meant the job situation like that, or the number of people being infected?
The number of people being affected.
Okay.
So I like, Overland Park, Kansas is like it's Johnson County, Kansas. It's the biggest suburb and county in the Kansas City area. And a good girlfriend of mine's brother-in-law was 34 and died on the 14th. And so literally, and then I know like lots of people at this point. I have a girlfriend, her husband is an anesthesiologist in like downtown Kansas City. And literally, I mean, they don't have the equipment. They don't have the supplies. They don't have the beds. And it's just getting worse by the day locally.
Are people following the rules and staying inside?
Yeah, I'd say for the most part, you know, I mean, essential, like the whole essential versus non-essential. I mean, one of my girlfriends, her family owns a big restaurant. Actually, they own like a few restaurants. And like her aunt and uncle own one, her cousin owns one, and her dad owns one. And like, if they didn't have their building paid for, they would be going under at this point. I mean, you can't do like the volume that they're used to doing is not there. Like her food trucks were like $10,000 a week for just in food delivered, and they're spending like $2,500 now. So you know the volume is like not. I mean, you know, they're not making it. I mean, they're going to make it because they don't owe any money on their building, but
right.
like people are, and then like you hear about like downtown, and these kids are going without food, and like inside, like downtown, like lower income areas, like these kids are not getting lunches. Like there was a local area that
Mom, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm on a call. There was a local suburb where the lunch ladies broke out in the virus, so they can't feed the kids anymore, like for pickup. So the kids aren't getting their lunches through pickup anymore. I mean, it's just not good.
Yeah, there are millions of kids around the country who, for them, the meal that they get at school for breakfast and lunch is maybe two of the only meals they get a day. So that's such an important issue that we otherwise do not think about when the train is like normal. Yeah, you bring up some good points. Well, I'm glad we could get a little perspective from Kansas. Your governor has been pretty strict, and she's been fighting some headwind from some politicians there, but she's been pretty adamant about, listen, I'm sticking to my guns. So
yeah, and the problem with that is that Kansas City is divided right down the middle between Kansas and Missouri.
Right.
So half of the people are doing what they're supposed to be doing over here in Kansas, and then you've got the people that aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing in Missouri, and they were delayed 3 weeks with shutting stuff down over there. But yet you drive a mile and you're over there. So
that's
people
true. It is unique. Like when you think of Kansas City, you guys, it's split by the river. So you can work in Kansas City, Missouri, but you live in Kansas City, Kansas. But in many ways, it can be two totally different worlds.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then you go down state line, and one side of state line is Missouri, on one side is Kansas.
Yeah.
So
different worlds.
It's like gas prices are different over here versus over here. It's an interesting
Yeah.
deal, but it is starting to hit the suburbs pretty bad, and it's not good when people, like young people, are getting it and not recovering. I mean, I'm paralyzed. I've struggled a lot, literally.
I don't know how many more examples people need to hear to get it, and what makes this different is that it is contagious. It is 5 to 10 times stronger than the flu. There is no comparison. It is contagious. It is aerosolized. It's not just droplets. You can get it by simply passing someone if they are shedding the virus. I don't, for those who don't get it, I don't know what else can be said to them to get it,
Yeah.
I feel like those are the deniers. But anyway, I'm glad we could have you on. Nice to talk to you.
Thank you.
Okay,
have a great
bye-bye.
evening.
All right, 6:57. I think we can probably, maybe bring on one more person. Maybe. I think I got on at 6:04, 6:02. So we might have 3 or 4 minutes. Well, hi.
Hi, David. How you doing?
I'm good. I think I have 3 minutes before it cuts me off. So tell me your name, where you are, and what you want us to know.
Well, I'm Selena Burgos. I am from Puerto Rico, but I live in Maryland. I oversee early childhood centers in Washington, D.C. and Maryland.
Okay. And what is your new normal?
My new normal is just wondering how we are going to reopen our centers. What kind of protocols we have to create to ensure the safety of our staff and our children and the families, and the new normal of having early childhood teachers working with children across the screen, which is something that I don't favor. And as a specialist, I will never recommend. But now we have all these situations in which my teachers are sending stuff to do at home and the children are missing their teachers. So they respond, and I see a lot of cute videos of the children saying that they love them, that they miss them. But at the same time, I have all these concerns about what kind of procedures I really have to implement to make sure that we can be safe, and decide what date would be the ideal one.
Give me one example of a teacher who is succeeding with this remote learning.
Well, I have one of my friends from Puerto Rico. I brought her to work here with me. She's an awesome teacher. She was my student at the university too. So that's what I brought her. And she sends work activities for parents to do. They call Class Dojo. And the children send her the picture, and the children give them things to do. So they told the teacher, I want you to draw me a castle. I want you to draw me a cow. And the teachers, I was with them, and they were coloring stuff because the children asked them. So they felt really the pressure. And she is here with me. She was feeling the pressure of the children expecting those drawings and those pictures. And parents, I heard one of the messages that one parent left them in their message saying thank you for following up on them. We have a lot of families from low social economical levels, so there is a lot of need, and my organization is providing diapers in conjunction with the diaper bank and all that. But at the same time, we are concerned that we don't want to get sick. I cannot go there. I am immunocompromised, so I've been in my home for a month, and I'm going crazy. But we have to keep on everything as normal for the children, knowing that when we come back, we have to address all the trauma and the stress of being in this situation.
That'll be a lesson in itself for them. Well, listen, thank you for joining us, and thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
All right.
And thank you for everything. Thank you for everything you do for Puerto Rico, too.
Thank you, love. You're welcome.
Take care.
All right, so listen, this is the first time I've seen this, you guys. Instagram now gives me, at the top of my screen, it says you have 124 remaining. 2, 1, 0. So now it tells me. This is great. Instagram must have heard me complaining that it would just like cut me off. Remember, I would joke about the Instagram police are coming for us. So with the 1 minute and 10 seconds I have left, I know y'all been asking to see my boy. So let me see if I can turn this thing around. Paddington, your fans are asking to see you. Your fans are asking to see you. They miss you. They miss you. Let them know you're all right. See, I'm good. See, I go in here when Daddy's on his Instagram live because sometimes I like to bark and I'm a bad boy. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, see, I stink like the stinkiest puppy dog, and Daddy needs to bathe me. All right, everybody. So we have 21 seconds left. 21 seconds left. Tell everybody bye. Tell everybody bye. They wanted to see you, buddy. They wanted to see you. They said, where's Pancakes? All right, you guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you next time.